The world record in the men's 1,500 meters, Saïd Ouida holds it, 3:29.46. Top 5 all-time performances, Saïd Ouida, Steve Cram, Saïd Ouida again, Sidney Marie, and Sebastian Coe. Here are the lane assignments. Kipkoech Cheruiyot of Kenya is in lane 1. Steve Scott of the United States is in 2. Michael Hillardt of Australia is in 3. Jim Spivey of the United States is in 4. Joseph Chesire of Kenya is in 5. José Luis González of Spain is in 6. Abdi Bile, Somalia is in 7. Steve Cram of Great Britain is in 8. Kulker of Holland is in 9. Omer Khalifa of Sudan is in 10. Jens Peter Herold of East Germany is 11. And Remy Geoffroy of France is outside in lane 12.
This is Steve Scott. Everyone in the world is here, and this is Steve Scott's chance to redeem himself from 4 years ago when he was the silver medalist behind Steve Cram.
And Steve Cram, former world record holder. Many feel the favorite here, but it's such a strong field that we could end up with a blanket finish. You mentioned that before. Steve
Cram is not in as good a shape as he's been in the past. He feels he has to take it out at some point in the race to take the sting out of people.
Abdi Bile looking very good in the semifinals. Here we go. This is the final. And Michael Hillardt of Australia challenges for the early lead.
And he's taken the pace out before, but this is Cheruiyot taking the lead and then starting to jog. Tactical race right from the start.
Omer Khalifa with the lead, and now it is Remy Geoffroy of France with the lead. And meanwhile, Steve Scott is tucked his way into second, and Jim Spivey of the United States is right behind Steve Scott with Hillardt, and then the East German Jens Peter Herold.
They're just jogging along. It's going to be a typical European race, which in a way is too bad because this is as good a field as you could assemble in the world today. Everyone is here. No one's absent. Everyone who's fit, in condition, ready to race is in this final.
3 to go. Who has the best kick?
I think Abdi Bile, who is in last place, seemed to me to have the best kick. If Steve Cram were totally fit, I think he would be the fastest man, but he's not. So it's Abdi Bile in the back, and at this point they're playing right into his hands. 63 seconds for the first 400 meters. That's very slow.
Steve Scott with a strong kick, a long, strong kick. Sometimes he's kicked as far as 600 meters out, a lap and a half. Can he do that here as Cram moves up in front, 4:23?
Well, Cram is showing us that he does feel he needs a fast pace, and this really works against him. No one wants to be leading this early.
And it is José Luis González of Spain that pulls up behind Cram, and he beat him earlier this year, nipping him right at the tape, and Omer Khalifa is running now second as he moves past González.
Steve Cram is in fourth, and here comes Cheruiyot up on the outside. He's going to take the lead with 2 laps to go.
That's Joseph Chesire of Kenya. The two Kenyans, Chesire has no socks, and the Cheruiyot is wearing socks. It's the only way you can tell them apart from a distance. And so it is Joseph Chesire of Kenya now with the lead, as Steve Cram is running just behind him. José Luis González is running third.
60 seconds for that 400 meters, so they're starting to speed up. And Steve Cram now looks in better position, but Abdi Bile on the outside in the light blue and white looks in very good position. Now they're just positioning themselves. They're not running that fast, they're just kind of jockeying literally for position for the sprint. No one wants to be boxed, no one wants to get cut off. They've got a little over a lap to go, and there goes Cram. He's taking it with 500 meters to go. This is as far out as you ever want to do it in this kind of race. González going right with it.
That is Steve Cram, José Luis González. It is Chesire, and here comes Abdi Bile. Abdi Bile of Somalia moving outside, challenging for second, and he's going to go after Cram. It is Cram and Abdi Bile and González. They have broken away. It's down to 3 people right now.
And Abdi Bile looks in good position. Look how much more relaxed he is. 2:57 for 1,200 meters. That means a 57-second lap. I think it's all over for Steve Cram, but he's got a lot of heart. Abdi Bile looks much better. González looks good. Cram is out of it. He's gone. Here comes Abdi Bile, and if González can catch him, he'll win. But Abdi Bile, who looked the best in the semifinals, is going to run away with this.
Abdi Bile of Somalia, José Luis González of Spain, is not going to be able to catch him. The battle right now is going to be for third place. Bile has the gold. González has the silver, and Jim Spivey of the United States coming from out of the pack to capture the bronze medal.
51 seconds for that last lap for Abdi Bile. A wonderful last lap after heat, semifinals, and finals. He looked so good in his trial races. You had a feeling he was on. He peaked right at the right time. Look how much more relaxed he is. His arms, he hasn't even gone to his arms yet. He's just floating along behind Cram. Look how much harder Cram's working. And then Bile, now he goes for his arms. Look at his leg rate go up. It's all over for Cram. Cram ran a heroic race. He knew he had to do it, but he played right into Bile's hands. González, who many thought was the fastest sprinter in the field, doesn't have a chance. He knows it. He looks around. Bile runs a wonderful race. He is now the best 1,500-meter runner in the world, without a doubt.
Abdi Bile, a student at George Mason University, an unofficial 3:36.81.
Welcome back to Rome. The official results of the 1,500-meter run, and another victory for an African runner. That means the 800, the 1,500, and the 10,000 to African runners. Abdi Bile, George Mason University, part of a two-member team from Somalia, gets the gold. José Luis González of Spain, a 29-year-old architecture student in Toledo, is second. And Jim Spivey, former Indiana University star, used to be a marketing manager with the Indiana Pacers of the NBA. Well, he paced it right today and takes third. Abdi Bile from Somalia, the first medal ever for that country. You know, they've gone through famine and drought, that East African nation, and they have something positive to think about today. He brings home the gold, and he's with Larry and Jim.
It's rare when a college student wins in the World Championships, but Abdi Bile, congratulations. George Mason University is proud down in Virginia.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
You have the ability to lead from the front and run well, or kick from behind as you did. Did you have a preference as to how the pace went today?
No, really. I was just ready to run both ways, if it is slow or fast. But actually, I expected the race to be fast. Yeah, I know a lot of people, I expected they wouldn't wait for me the last 100 run or 200 run or whatever. But I was just happy and I was ready to run both ways.
You were confident you could win, despite the presence of Steve Cram?
I was very confident. Yeah, I was not kidding when I was running 3:35, just easy in the semifinalists. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
America did justice today, a bronze medal, and a bit of a surprise, not totally though. Jim, this was right up your alley, wasn't it?
Well, I think it was a lot of fun out there, but, you know, I give my coaches a lot of credit. Ken Popejoy and Mike Durkin gave me a lot of support, and my wife, I know she's put up with a lot of tough times, me in strange hours, but it's a great opportunity for the Americans, I think.
You wanted a slow pace, and you got it.
Yeah, I was pretty slow for the first quarter. We really picked it up after half. I got a little tired there. We got to go back and do a lot of work for next year.
Congratulations, Abdi Bile, Jim Spivey, 2 medals, in part, both of them for the United States today.